Amira, she be lying. Like, that's all. I don't know why she said what she said. I mean, I like her, but she does not, she's not educated on our culture. And she is not, her lifestyle is not contingent to the regular, even Middle Eastern woman. Like the person that's working at the 7-Eleven, the person who family like Fox, her standpoint is flawed to me, period, point blank. I just feel like if you haven't educated yourself, then you shouldn't speak on it, and you shouldn't feel the need to speak on it, right? It's like, why do you feel this need to speak on it? I just haven't got, I've never felt the need to speak on someone else's culture and what they're doing. Like, that's just never been something that that I've ever thought about doing. I've never been like, let me sit over here and talk about the Puerto Rican community. I've never done that. It has never appeared to me. I literally worry about myself and my community and what I can do within my space. Like, it's good to be educated. I was in the military. I traveled the world, right? But my concern has always been me and mine. It's kind of like Issa Rae said, I'm rooting for everybody black. So it's like, I don't have the time to be worried about other people outside of my community, because that's not really what's pushing my community forward. If anything, it's going to continue to hold us back. And I just don't understand why, as Black people, I think Coel said it earlier, why we can't get on code. Like, why can't everybody just be on the same page? Like, we as Black women, we're not going to ignore slavery. We're not going to ignore systematic racism. But we're also not going to ignore that they shooting over there on 63rd. We know that those things are happening too. So it's like, let's look past the conversation and being obsessed. People be obsessed with seeing Black people do bad. Like, on the internet, they became wait, like, oh, Jay-Z, I can't wait to see him get caught. Like, Black people be waiting on our own downfall and be happy to talk about it. Oh, Amira's right. Yep, she's saying everything right about Black women, and it be our own Black men. And it's like, some stuff you shouldn't even have to speak on. If I don't have nothing nice to say about a Black man, I ain't saying nothing at all. I am not going to, in any way on the internet or in my life, do anything or say any within my own community and my own circles. Yeah, those conversations are going to be had, but not on a public platform. To me, that's disingenuous. You can't do the Black people this, they doing this, everything's bad about the culture, but never highlighting the fact that we built this country from scratch. Like, we literally built institutions in this country. Half of the government is Black people. You know what I mean? So to say, like, we are not making strides and we haven't came a long way, it's only been 100 and some years. My great grandmother was born in 1893. Her mother was a slave, right? That's only 2 generations. So Amira had her timeline mixed up. I don't know what she thought, how long it was, but it wasn't that long ago. I know they show black and white, but they had color TVs. My mom and them had color TVs then. Don't know why they perpetrate like it was so long ago, because it actually was not. And we have done a great job since then. Amazing. We went to NASA. We've been astronauts. We done did a lot that I represent for. So I refuse to just continue to sit in this narrative like we are so fucked up and we haven't did anything. No, we actually made it possible for Amira and her people to come over here to this country. That's what we did.
Aisha, can I ask you a question? Because I often hear you say, "Oh, we need to get on code." Have you ever asked yourself, why is it so difficult for people to get on code?
Because we doubt ourselves and we're always questioning what the next person is doing. Just like you, oh, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that. I think that collectively, what it looks like to get on code is, you don't see white people as a collective, as a whole, tearing each other down on national TV. They just don't do it. They're going to find a way to spin it and everything's going to be okay and we're going to forget about it. Black people going to harp on it it's no redemption, right? So we have to be able to forgive people. We have to be able to have compassion, and we have to all be aligned on a equal goal. And the first thing to me that look like is Black women and Black men actually having these conversations and getting to the root of why we can't get along and cohabitate as Black men and women. But I think that putting our community first to me is what I feel like is being on code. So when I say that means when I think about Black Americans, we putting our community above our communities first.
All right, let me go to True and then Hink.
No, well, you answered it, Aisha. So thank you. I was gonna ask the same question. I hear that a lot, and again, I appreciate the passion. These conversations are great. I think that it continues to be a very convoluted situation. The topic of tonight is why other cultures lack respect for Black American culture. I don't think we are piecing together our culture in a productive way that is cohesive. That's just my personal opinion. I think that we still allow for the debris to exist. I think we like to stride both sides because I know educated people who will rep their hood depending on who they're talking to. And then also want the credence of their education and their prowess or their status. And I think that that's where, again, we're still trying to figure it out. We're kind of youthful in this developmental stage due to the fact of what you guys are saying. It's only 2025. We have people have separate drinking fountains, 1950, 1960. But what I would like to see, honestly, is the direction, because I've always been one that stood for, besides being Black, what about being a great human, a great individual, a great person who just so happens to be Black? I don't know why we hold this color that is melanin, because it really is just melanin, and then make it seem like it facilitates some level of power outside of a humanistic, delivery.
It's white people. It was slavery. They programmed us to hate ourselves. Did you not know that happened? Or like you saying, you keep acting like we chose to like say that we was Black. We didn't choose that. That like whether we walk around here and be like, oh, I'm a woman first. No, I'm not, because they don't see a woman. They see Black. Then they say, oh, she a woman.
No, black people decided to call themselves Black in the 60s, baby girl. No, that ain't white people didn't give us that.
People, that was one person that decided to start coined us African American.
Well,
no. You said two different things. You said African American and Black. You said Black first. Now you just said African
American. No, we want to be called Black American. I'm okay with being called a Black American.
I'm not necessarily African American. I'm not saying that it doesn't have credence. I'll make it concise. The way I was raised to identify with character and soul, not skin. That's what I was raised in, because I just so happen to be in a country that has everybody. Just like you, I've traveled abroad. So us being Black is a beautiful thing. But besides being Black in color, what does that exemplify? That's what I want us to focus more on. The education,
I don't get to choose. We don't get to choose not to be Black. Like, it don't work like that, because we're not dominant society. I know it sounds good,
Aisha, but you can't invalidate his upbringing, his experiences. He's telling you.
No. I said, although it sounds good in theory, right? Because that's just like saying I don't see color. That's not true. I hate when people say that, because you do. Okay, you see color. You see it. Okay, it's there.
That's because you're trained to, though.
Thank you.
You're trained to see color instead of just saying a human being.
So you don't see color. You just said you trust the Asian man before you trust the Black man. We see color.
That's not about seeing color, though. That's about me knowing the culture. It's not like, oh, a Black man. Like it's about me just knowing the culture. It's totally different.
Sorry.
Well, you preaching like, okay, so you saying Martin Luther King. You that's what you're saying. True. You on your Martin Luther King stage right now.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, and you're doing it, and it's okay. There seems to be this, and this is what I'm hearing. If we don't give credence to the fact that we're Black, somehow, some way, it's not relevant. Like, you're human. You happen to be Black, but you're a person. You're a female. You're a woman in a country that has a whole bunch of cultures, a whole bunch of people. So you're saying we don't get to choose. That's BS. We do get to choose. You get to wake up every day and figure out where you work, what you wear, how you speak, what you eat in this country. You actually do get to choose, but you also
don't get to choose my race, what's in my DNA, my ancestral history. I don't get to choose that. That is not true.
No one
You don't get to choose your ancestral makeup, and you don't get to tell me not to represent that and not to stand in it. When I wake up every day, I am a Black woman. I know that. I love that. I'm comfortable with that.
Nobody is saying that.
Hold on, y'all. Let's make sure we get one at a time.
Like I walk around here like I'm Superwoman because I'm Black. I've never said that. I think I'm a regular person.
Nobody is saying that. I really think that most of the pushback comes from the women in the community because the criminals is the niggas they like. So they don't want us to call them out.
Criminals, so don't speak for the women in the community.
Well, the thing is
I don't know nobody who do. We don't like criminals.
Cut it out. When women say if it's not a criminal, it's still one of them niggas. When women say I need a guy with a little oomph to him, that's what they mean. That nigga that's gonna not just put her in check, but put a nigga in check when it come to it. They talking about that.
If we can we kind of limit that?
How are you speaking for women? Are you a woman? When
I won't talk. I won't talk no more. Y'all go ahead.
No, I'm not saying you can't talk. I just want to just.
I mean, I want to be part of the culture. It doesn't mean that I want somebody that's out here beating people up, sir.